So before wasting any other time, we'll just start with our today's session. And the topic for the today's session is cash denomination. So I'm just quickly sharing my screen. And let's first understand what is cash denomination. What does it stand for? So before knowing about the cash denomination, let's discuss what denomination is. So a denomination is a way of classifying things. And the cash denomination refers to the units of classification for the stated or face value of financial instruments such as currency, notes, or coins. So pretty easy. Whenever we are going and depositing any cash in our banks, we are supposed to mention the denominations, that how many number of notes of 100 is there, how many number of notes of 200 is there, 500, and so on. So how to record these particular data in our RealBooks financial module? Let's begin that. So first of all, we'll have to log in into our RealBooks financial module and then quickly get into settings and configuration. So when we switch to settings and configuration, you'll be finding an option under account section right towards your bottom named as cash denomination. Let's check what the details have been updated over here. So this feature enables user to specify the denominations of the cash when recording the cash payments or cash receipts. So once you have enabled it, you'll just have to quickly get into the transactions, accounts, and voucher. I will switch to a specific segment named as Bhawanipur. And then we'll just quickly check the receipt voucher type. And I will give the party ledger, which is Adansa Solutions Private Limited. And I will give the amount as, say, suppose 8,700. Now I'll put the ledger as cash, select. And the moment I have clicked on tab, I'm getting one small option of denomination just beside the amount column. So if we click over here, we will get a pop-up wherein you can put in all the details related to the cash denomination of the figures, the details, bifurcation can be updated over here. So what I'll do, I will be clicking it as 16 number of notes for 500 and 7 notes of 100. And then we'll click on add cash denomination. Receipt via cash updated. And then we'll click on submit. Okay, so my voucher type is manual. Let's put in as V14 and click on submit. So over here, since I've updated the cash denomination, now this parameter, this option is a non-mandatory field. You can, in case if you don't want to put in the cash denomination details at that particular point of time and want to come back and put in the cash denominations after having a proper details, you can go ahead with that. So you can skip that particular part. Like I will update one more transaction with this. Adansa Solutions Private Limited. And this time I will be giving this ledger and 4,000, and then I'll update it as cash. Shift. I don't want to update cash denomination. I'll skip it and click on submit. So this is the way I have updated the cash denomination. And now I will switch to the reports part. We'll go to reports, accounts, daily reports, and register report. So in my register report, towards your top corner, you will get one option of cash denomination. So let's quickly click on that, and you have two options. One is date-wise and one is ledger-wise. So we'll check for date-wise, click on receipt, and then we'll put in today's date. So what for today's date, we have just updated a receipt transaction, which is with the denomination of 500. There were 16 notes, and for 100, there were 7. So it is reflecting this way in a row format, and the total amount has been updated over here. So now let's check what net has to do. But before putting in the net, I'll have to quickly update few of the transactions for payment, as then only we can figure out the net amount. So we'll go to accounts, voucher, and then we'll select the voucher type as payment, cash payment, for example, and then we'll select Adansa Solutions and 4,000. Sorry, Adansa Solutions. And then we'll put in as 4,000, 004. So the link is activated. Let's put in the link part first. Create link, and then we'll put cash. And over here we have 4,000. So we'll update it as, say, 8. And add cash denomination and click on submit. We'll click on OK. Come back to reports, accounts, daily reports, and register report. So we'll go to cash denomination, date wise. First, we'll again switch to the receipt part. As it is 500, amount is 8,000, denomination 100, 7, and the rupees is 700. Scroll towards your right, total amount 12,700. No, it's an absolutely incorrect figure. Then why this amount is considering this way? We updated two types of receipt, one with denomination and the other without denomination. For the other one, we didn't update the denomination. And that's the reason the denomination bifurcation is not available, but the amount will get updated accordingly. So let's switch to net part and click on search. So what is it reflecting this? Now the date is reflecting over here. We are having the denomination of 2,000 for receipt, then payment, and then the net figure. So similarly, we updated the receipt of 500 notes at 16. Receipt was 8,000. For the payment, we updated the denomination as 8 and the amount was 4,000, and the net result for 500 denomination notes is 4,000. This way, you will get a proper bifurcation of net payment of your cash denomination updated in your RealBooks. So this was updated date-wise. You have two filters. One is for receipt and the net, and the other one is ledger-wise. For example, you are updating different ledgers, like you have petty cash, you have a normal cash, you have created few or X number of ledgers with cash name. Accordingly, you can search that particular ledger and search the data. Now, I just enabled the param and I just digged into the transaction part, started updating the transactions, cash and all. What in case if I want to create a ledger named as petty cash and I want the denomination to get updated? So how will my RealBooks allow me to do that? Let's check quickly. Petty cash. So I do have, okay, petty cash demo, because I want to create a new ledger. So cash and bank, I'll update it under cash and bank, petty cash demo. I am clicking on save. Okay, then we'll go to transactions, accounts, and voucher. So let it be cash payment, and let's select Adansa Solutions Private Limited. And then we'll put in 6,000. And the bill will reflect as P005. Create. I have link, so I'll update it as link. Then I will select the petty cash demo. Oops, I don't have the option of denomination reflecting over here. How shall I do that? Because in the beginning of the session, I said that any types of cash, if I'm updating it, my cash denomination parameter is enabled, I will be allowed to update the cash denomination. So is it that the RealBooks is providing only for the cash specific name ledger, only cash denomination can be updated? The answer would be no. So how to mark it? We'll again get back to masters, accounts, ledger, and edit. So what mistake did we do at the time of creation of ledger master? We'll click on enter for the edit part. We did not mark the cash ledger as cash. So it's a mandate that you update or create any kind of cash ledgers with the ledger category as cash to update the denomination accordingly. So now again, I have selected the category as cash, the ledger group as cash and bank, and again, I'll click on save. So my ledger got saved successfully. I will come back to transactions, accounts, voucher. Let's quickly give Adansa Solutions Private Limited and give the amount as 4,500. And I will give B -008 and create link 005, create link. So for this link feature, in any case, if you have missed out to attend the session related to link, go and check out the YouTube. You will be able to find that particular session. We'll be updating it as now petty cash demo. And yes, now we are finding the option of denomination over here. So we'll click over here and put in the value as 8 and over here as 5. Add cash denomination and click on submit. Cash account cannot have a credit balance. Do you want to proceed? Okay, again, this is a confirmation. My system is alerting me that my cash has already gone into a credit balance and it cannot have a credit balance. So do you want to proceed? Yes or no? So this is an alert for the user. In this case, I'll allow. So the entry got saved successfully, and you will then go to reports, accounts, daily reports, and register. I will select cash denomination, ledger wise, and search the ledger as petty cash demo. Oops, no data found because we did the entry in our payment part, not in the receipt part. So since we don't have any receipt, then how come the payment details can be reflecting over here? So let's go date-wise and net. Yes, the data is reflecting, and then you can go through the entire transactions this way. So this was about the cash denomination. Any query, any question till this? Please go ahead.
I had a small question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, suppose if I'm editing a transaction
Hanji.
for denomination,
Okay.
will that be captured in audit trail?
You are no, not as of now, because it's not impacting as per the government norms. The cash denomination part will not get updated in the audit trail. I mean, it's not required. As of now, it's not getting updated.
Okay, and the invoice which I'm generating, will that have this denomination breakup there?
I didn't get you, sorry.
So when I'm putting up the transaction with the denomination, and there
Yes.
will be a bill that will be generated or invoice.
The invoice will get generated, but the invoice and the template part and the transaction part are the two different criteria, right? If you want the denomination to get printed in your template, you have to customize it that way.
Okay, that will be customized.
Yes.
If required.
Yes.
Okay, one more thing. This denomination, is it centrally defined, or we can define any denomination? Because I can see that rupees 2 and rupees 1, like in the coins, which was missing. Like, do I need to create
No, the coins
denomination for
part,
that?
no, you cannot create any denomination part. I'll just
Mm-hmm.
quickly switch to the transaction screen for clarity.
Mm-hmm.
So over here, you have a
Yes.
consolidated option of coins. You don't have to bifurcate it 1, 2, 3, because even if you're going
Okay.
to bank and updating the denominations part in your challan part, you are getting a coins option, not for 1, 2, 3 part over there.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So ideally, this 2000 part will also not come into the scenario, but nevertheless, we have provided it over here. So moving ahead, I will quickly get into one more report related to the cash part only. So that would be reports, accounts, daily reports, and register report. Now again, we understood about the cash denomination, but I wanted to highlight that there is 2 to 3 more reports related to that. One is your cash register. Over here, you can find all types of transaction wherein you have used the cash ledger. Now, when I speak about cash, I am talking about those ledgers which have been marked as cash ledger category in my ledger master, and those ledgers has been used in my cash transactions. So now I will click on search. So over here, I will be able to find all sorts of details voucher wise for the cash register. Any entry related to cash, I can get the segment, voucher date, voucher number, voucher type, party ledgers, what party ledger was updated, other ledgers in case if I'm using any XYZ ledger which is not marked as party, then those ledgers will be reflecting on your other ledgers column. Then the ledger code, if any, ledger code of the party ledgers over here. And then the amount, then the cash bank ledger, then bill reference, bill date, bill type, bank reference number, and all sorts of details. Now, bank reference details will be coming in the case of contra usually when you're dealing with the cash and bank wala part. Now, in my cash register option, we have 2 more drop downs which has been introduced recently. The existing part has been mentioned as standard, and the other 2 part has been updated as exception with no bill and exception with bill. Now, what is the difference between 2 and what are the details all about? So if we click on the exception with bill and click over here, I will switch to all segment for the set of data. Cash register, select voucher type, and then click on exception with bill and click on search. Let's switch to some other date. Okay, so I have 4 sets of entries reflecting over here. So any amount having a bill in one voucher equal to or more than 2 lakh transactions via cash ledger, those transactions will be reflecting under exceptions column. Now, in case if a bill is enabled and against that particular bill, the cash transaction has been done equal to or greater than 2 lakh, those kind of transaction you'll be able to view over here. Now, this is bill wise. So your bill wise data needs to be equal to greater than 2 lakh. And the other one is in case you have marked the bill as party, but at the same time you have not enabled the bill and you're doing all sorts of transactions. In those case, the amount and you're using the cash ledger and using the amount equal to more than 2 lakhs, then those data will reflect under this exception column. So this way you can have a proper alert or proper tracking of transactions or the cash transactions, especially where the transactions are being updated equal to more than 2 lakhs in one transaction. So you do have a supporting Excel for all the reports that I showed. So related reports are cash register, cash denomination. You can always have a view of receipt registers for any kind of transactions for receipt, be it cash, bank, or contra, anything. Those details will be reflecting in your receipt register. And when it comes to payment register, it's a vice versa report. So what all details does reflects in the receipt register? It reflects at segment, party ledgers, other ledger, MR date, reference number, reference date, then the reference type. These are all related to the bank part usually. And then the amount, base ledger, bank reference, narration, MR number, voucher type, party ledger code, then the party ledger group, party state, and party district. Again, you have a supporting Excel format for this. And when it comes to payment register, you'll have to select all voucher types or any specific voucher types that you want the details for. And then you can click on search. And then those transactions will be reflecting for any data with the payment entries. All these details will be reflecting similar to the receipt part. Now over here, you have got an option of reconciled and unreconciled. Now this is reconciled and unreconciled is related to the BRS part basically. So you can have an overview of those transactions, whether how many such transactions are reconciled and how many such transactions are not reconciled. So this was all about the cash register report related to cash denomination, payment register, receipt register, cash exception, and related. Any questions related to today's session? Please go ahead one by one.
Varshit, I had a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yep. My question was, you showed that report where you get the net denomination, right?
Hanji.
So in that net denomination, when I make some payments and get some receipt in denominations, is that the only place where I can see what are the denominations that are lying in my cash book or petty cash right now?
Yes. This is the
Okay.
only place where you can find this.
So if a cashier needs to check, so suppose there is a change in the cashier, okay, in the front end, and they want to see what is the they want to tally the cash which is lying to them in the counter and the cash denomination which is there. So they need to check this report.
Yes, absolutely. So basically, we
Correct
don't
me if
have
I'm
any.
wrong.
Yeah, correct. Because we don't have any validation that you won't be allowed to do the payment more than what is there in the system. So there's no such validation.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So thank you so much all for attending the session. Hope you have learned about the cash denomination, how to update it in our RealBooks, and this would help us in updating the transactions more easily and having a clarity on the cash denominations part. So thank you so much all for joining. Thank you so much.